Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we discuss a stainless steel 2017 model year limited edition of 5 pieces from Blancpain. This is the 50 Fathoms MIL-SPEC based on the reference 5008 40.3 millimeter case that a lot of folks find to be exactly the right size for these watches. So it's 40.3 millimeters in diameter. It's 13.3 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, a nice compact 45.7 millimeters, and a very standard and versatile 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw this on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. And you can see that it wears nicely. The short lug-to-lug is really the kicker here. It's what makes this watch viable on a smaller wrist, gives it more of a vintage presence. And even if you're a lady looking for a smaller 50, you don't have to necessarily pick one of the 38 millimeter cases. This is viable too because it is so short across the wrist. It's also a lot thinner than the standard bathyscaphe and 5010 and 5015s. So you're going to find this a really good match for formal attire. The smaller size really makes it a graceful presence. And again, no issues fitting it on a 16 centimeter circumference wrist. I think as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, you could still wear this if your wrist is oval across the top or flat across the top. Sailcloth strap, very durable textile. It's got some bolstering or stuffing to give it a little bit of body and volume. We've got a monotone stitch. We've got a folded edge. You can see on the bottom a rubber inlay. Makes it very supple against the skin, also extends the life of the material. These straps last 10 years with ease, no problems there. Sailcloth really ideal for this application. We've got this lovely minimalist vintage inspired steel buckle, and then we roll around to the case, which isn't particularly vintage inspired. It's nothing like, say, the 5100 or the 5000 bathyscaphs, but it is in some ways a callback to the 2003 50th anniversary piece, almost exactly the same in size and very similar in aesthetic, but with the modern day Blancpain stepped lugs, teardrop lug profile, and of course the high polish with the company name in profile. A little bit different from some of the bigger watches. These use spring bars, and they have sort of vintage style spring bar tool holes in the lugs, so if you are a strap swapper, this is going to be perfect for you. Taking a look at the case, you can see we've got a crown guard structure, very minimalist one around a screw down crown, 300 meter water resistance. We've got a wonderfully sharp knurling on the bezel, which has a little bit of a double fastening, and then the recesses are matte finished, which is a nice look. And this is another aesthetic that was coined by the 2003 anniversary piece, this bubble-like sapphire with immense camber, and then the use of a cambered sapphire cap over the bezel. Not only does it give it this sort of wet dewdrop-like look, but it's a callback to the acrylic used on original examples on bezel caps, and then, of course, the plexiglass crystals used on the same. Taking a quick look in the dark, one of the advantages of that sapphire bezel cap is that it provides a scratch and abrasion shield for all of this luminova that's used to fully calibrate the bezel. So you can see the first 15 minutes in their entirety, and then every 15 minutes up to 60 complete. Line up the bezel diamond with the minute hand. You've got a great 0 to 60 minute count up timer. I've always preferred dive bezels to chronographs. They're easier to read, more intuitive, and don't have the big service costs down the line. Note the use of a luminescent seconds hand. Not every dive watch has that, but they all should, because it gets dark in the depths, and especially if you're diving at night, you want to know if your dive timer is actually running. 120 click bezel. And we'll hear it one more time. The refinement level is very high, but the sharpness of the detent, as well as the sound of the ratchet, considerably more pronounced than something like a Calibre de Cartier diver, a Grand Seiko diver, or a Rolex diver. The dial is minimal and has a little MIL-SPEC 1 throwback to the 1950s, the idea being this little combination of orange and white. The two semicircles will turn the same color if moisture intrudes into the watch. It's sort of a canary in the coal mine. Now, of course, there is a Hodinkee version based on the same reference that is very similar, but the Hodinkee version has a matte finished case, and the Hodinkee version does not have a date. If you prefer to have a date on your watch, this is going to be the one for you. A black gloss dial, you can see relatively simple, not overprinted. Lots to love on the dial side, lots to love on the case back. Individual numbering out of 500. A sort of nickel anthracite platinum-based coating on the rotor, which is 18-karat gold and features beveling, satination, as well as media blast. So you've got 3 finishes, solarization on the ball bearing at center. We have lovely mirrored bevels. We've got stripes across the bridges. We've got solarization on the barrel covers, polish on the screw heads, and from a technical standpoint, this is the twin-barrel automatic 100-hour power reserve caliber 1151. It's a Frederic Piguet movement. Of course, Frederic Piguet is manufactured Blancpain today, twin barrels, to help it achieve rate stability over time, as well as a long power reserve, 28 joules, 6-position adjustment, one more than the chronometer standard, always great to see. Other upgrades include the use of a free-sprung balance for shock resistance, as well as precise setting, and a silicone anti-magnetic hairspring. You can also see the use of KIF shock protection, which is sort of an upscale, lower volume alternative to Inca block. Taking a look, there's satination on the wheels, which is always handsome to see. And then the watch does feature a snappy date change, as well as a quick set for the date. It does not feature hacking. That is a feature of the 1315 movement. This is 1150 based, but you can see the decoration is something I hold in high esteem. Well, it is a series-produced watch. The level of decoration is almost indistinguishable from what you'll see on a series production Vacheron or Patek, and certainly a lot better than what you'll see on a Royal Oak offshore diver. Appealing in every way, particularly size. Technically proficient, historically relevant, tracing its history back to the 1950s, from a great historical brand with mechanical distinction and handsome decoration. This watch has got it all. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.